Hello, my Blender peeps. Today we will be diving into compositing. Here is a quick progression of the renders and some insights that led to the following results. If you would like to follow along, feel free to download project files. Link in description. Before we create the ultimate render, we have to tweak some settings in the compositing workspace, add some magnificent lights to our scene, play with some modifiers and nodes, and throw in a HDRI. I know it sounds like an overwhelming burden, but hang on and enjoy the ride. Let's go. Part 1, Scene and World Lighting. Okay, in this segment, we will see how much of a drastic change a simple HDRI can do to our scene. Here are the before and after results. You can download this HDRI at polyhaven.com. Lighting time. The lights included in this scene involve 3 planes with emission shaders and 2 area lights. The purpose of these planes is to block the lights coming from the HDRI and to serve as a distinct lighting effect. Another light that plays a subtle but crucial role is what I call the shadow light. This light helps to create dark shadows in areas where they don't exist. Here's an example. Here's a quick preview of all the lighting in the scene being disabled and turned on. Light makes a big difference, as you see. Part 2, Textures and Modifiers. The Bevel modifier will do wonders for your renders. Objects without bevels with perfect 90-degree angles are unrealistic and have flat, bland surface shading. Bevels not only create curved, refined edges, but they help produce better shading and lighting effects on your object. Texture overview. The node setup you see here will virtually be applied to all objects in the scene. It involves 2 grunge-like textures with a color ramp both plugged into a bump node. You can change the color of any object by simply adjusting the color in the principal BSDF. I tweaked the shaders for each color in a slight way just to create some minor variations. Feel free to adjust nodes as you please. It all boils down to personal preference. If you want to learn more about texturing, please watch my previous tutorial. Link in description. Part 3, Compositing. Here's an overview of the compositing nodes. For the top, I went to Image Editor Workspace and selected View Editor on the drop-down menu. Before we composite, go to the View layer on the side panel and toggle on Emission so it can be used on the compositor. So here I added a Lens Distortion node, followed by a Filter node to sharpen and distort the image. Next, I created a Color Balance node and tweaked the colors to get an ideal grade. I then proceeded to add 2 image textures, a film grain and a vignette. I added a scale to make images conform to render size. Mixed the preceding nodes with a multiply setting. The render was looking a little dark, so I put a brightness node in the beginning. The next thing I did was add 2 more additional textures. Placed some scale, transform, and flip nodes to adjust the rotation of the image. Mixed them together with previous node chain and changed mix setting to add. For the following texture, I simply inserted a transform node and mixed it with the other nodes. Lastly, I connected the emission socket to a glare node and mixed it in with the rest of the nodes to produce a final look. Thanks for watching.